Well, as we talk about some of the things and also dropped Cosmos here and there, a big thing obviously on the Cosmos side and a big philosophy is interoperability, right? So the idea that there's this internet of blockchains and there's now IBC that connects all Cosmos chains, but now it's also going outside of Cosmos, right? There's IBC implementations planned on Polkadot, also potentially with Near and eventually with Ethereum. So first of all, I wanna ask about your current landscape of interoperability. I know you have the Rainbow Bridge, which, as far as I know, is also built or modeled kind of on this light client architecture. So yeah, maybe first off explain what Rainbow Bridge is, and then also your thoughts on IBC.
Yeah, so Rainbow Bridge was kind of, the project started in like October 2019. Was the idea like, how do we bridge to Ethereum? And I mean, obviously coming from very similar idea that the only secure bridge is light client bridge. And the problem was Ethereum back then as a proof of work is extremely hard to build like an efficient light client. And so that's why like IBC actually never built a proof of work light client, right, for Ethereum support. And we actually ended up building it. And so Anton Bukov from 1inch built kind of a first version, and then the whole team productionized it. And so we actually had a fully light client bridge with Ethereum to Near, where Near light client was verified on Ethereum, and it was the only light client bridge in existence to Ethereum proof of work. Now, kind of this transition of proof of stake, right? It's easier, so there's more opportunity to do that. But it kind of generally the difference with IBC that Rainbow follows like a very simple architecture. It's a light client, so there's one smart contract that just a light client. And so the cool thing about this, you can do a lot of other stuff with light clients. So you can call that smart contract and say like, hey, what's a block? What was the block, a day ago, or what was this a block a day ago, or what was a transaction outcome at some point, etc. Then there's a prover. So prover allows you to prove specific things about the block, right? So it's not just transactions or token transfer, but you can check. For example, you can read out the state of another contract on Ethereum. So on Near, it's possible to say like, hey, how much this address has on Ethereum, and you can do it on Near directly without needing to call out into anything, right? Because of Rainbow architecture. And finally, there's so-called connectors. So connectors just end user applications, tokens, NFTs. This like check the balance. You can like chain link, like read the chain link state of Ethereum, etc. And so this architecture is like it's pretty simple, but it's like very extensible and allows to do a lot of things. And so that's Rainbow. It's been running. It's, been like at some point I think 2 billion kind of value on the bridge. I think it's still like 400 million right now, or over that. And obviously the problem is it's like you need to write light clients for every single chain you need to connect to, and the security of this is extremely important. So it's really hard to verify these things and do this. And so with IBC, the interesting thing is obviously it's a standard. I do think it's a bit more complex than Rainbow, and like there are reasons for that. But it, obviously, like if everybody agrees on that, then everybody writes light clients in that form, and so it can connect. And like we actually have all the things on the Near side for IBC to connect to Near, and there's obviously Rust implementation of light client, Python, Solidity. Like there's many implementations of light client already, and we have like the proofs and etc. needed for IBC to work. So yeah, I'm excited for Cosmos ecosystem as people are developing IBC clients to connect to Near.
I mean, it sounds like IBC is coming to Near then, or
it's Near.
It's Near. I also wanted, as you explained the architecture of Rainbow, are they also some sort of like relayers that?
Yeah. So this is pretty much there's a relayer who need to send the blocks to each other, and then
it's very similar to how IBC works then. Yeah. Okay, but yeah, I think it would make a lot of sense, and I think it's really cool because IBC is obviously getting a lot of traction. It's been around now for 2 years in production. So yeah, Do you think there's like what is the game plan with Rainbow moving forward? Like, is it just kind of like this bi-directional bridge between Ethereum and Near, or do you also aim to like expand that to other ecosystems?
So earlier, like there was some ideas to expand, but I think at this point, because there is IBC and others, like probably gonna kind of create a more. I think like again, I think of experience, right? Like if the technology underneath is like secure and robust, then it's not a question of technology anymore. It's a question of user experience. And so I think the important piece is creating this like more uniform user experience, so when you use applications, you don't need to think as much on which chain they are. And I think that's really like, if we're talking about interoperability going forward, that's at least like I'm more interested in that. Like, how do we, you log in with MetaMask and you use Near app, you log in with Kepler and you use, Ethereum app, like how we start doing these things.
People are already getting excited here. Is this the unofficial announcement today? We don't know, but it's near. I want to learn.